Hello scholars, welcome back to the Kemet Maasai Academy. We are continuing our series of motivational videos for students, and I'm reading from the book, The Student's Master Plan, Hardcore Rules for a Lifetime of Success. The topic that I'm looking at this morning is the importance of paying attention. So please pay attention, students. The importance of paying attention. Human beings have the ability to hear without listening. Otherwise, we would not be able to cope with the chaos and din of modern society. The ability to block out background noises and things that don't interest us is an evolutionary skill that we may have acquired to survive in this highly mechanized and electronic world of motor vehicles, aeroplanes, radios, televisions, and countless voices around us. If we were not able to block out most things that compete for our attention, we would go crazy. We gravitate towards things that are pleasant, enjoyable, and require the least sustained effort. We tend to listen most attentively to things that we already understand the basics of, appreciate, and agree with, and more quickly tune out to issues that we can't understand or don't agree with. But remember that as students, your aim is to be rounded, sophisticated, and objective. So you must prepare yourself to be exposed to new ideas, intellectually challenging issues, and concepts that demand your focus. In your pursuit to find out the truth, be prepared to be bored and sometimes exhausted. The pursuit of knowledge can sometimes feel like a tedious experience, but there are great dividends. You should put out your best efforts to remain focused while your teacher is explaining. If you find your mind drifting to something else that might seem more appealing or exciting, stir yourself back to the issue at hand. The most powerful results come when energies are focused, releasing tremendous power. When your fingers are separated, they can give a good slap. But if you focus those fingers into a fist, you can deliver a knockout punch. The more energy you focus into your work, the better the results will be. In order to focus, you have to tune in. You have to listen sharply. One of the greatest organs of focusing is the eye. Look attentively at your teacher. Watch his or her face, eyes, lips, and gesticulations. If charts or illustrations are being used, look carefully at them. If you are being read to from a book, close your eyes to block out other influences and listen. If an experiment is being conducted, be as involved as possible. Do not take anything into the classroom that will distract you from your lesson. Games, toys, magazines, and books that have nothing to do with your schoolwork should be left at home. Cellular phones can be a major distraction, even if they sometimes come in handy. Obey the rules that your teacher has laid down regarding the possession and use of cellular phones in the classroom. Food can be a major distraction for some people. It is usually not wise to eat while you are working or trying to focus. The body uses a tremendous amount of its energy just to digest food. The minute you eat, your body begins to process the food. A lot of energy is diverted from your other organs to your digestive system. Contrary to what most people believe, you think and focus better when there is less food in your stomach to process at the time of study. to stay focused, remind yourself that you are in this particular place at this particular time for a particular reason. In a classroom setting, the time is work time, and the reason is to learn as much as you can. Your teacher is trying to impart to you knowledge, skill, and insight. Be as receptive as you can so as to absorb as much as possible. This will ultimately be for your betterment. You cannot undo the teacher's knowledge or take it from her by not focusing. You rob your own self of the opportunity to learn and grow academically. The smart student takes the best advantage of this opportunity. Now, I think a classroom should be conducive to learning, and by that I mean we should try to have a classroom that is clean, that is tidy, that is quiet, that facilitates the asking of questions, facilitates discussion, all these things. However, we as scholars must put ourselves in the frame of mind to say, even if my classroom is not conducive, I am still going to learn. As a scholar, you must get yourself to the point where you say, even if my classroom is not conducive to learning, I am going to learn. Don't blame your inability to learn on your environment. Yes, we know that the optimum learning environment is what we want. We know that, and as teachers, as educators, we should try to create that atmosphere, that ambience that's conducive to learning. But I'm saying to you scholars, don't use that as an excuse, because if you really want to learn, you will be able to just block out all these distractions. Somebody's beside you talking, block them out. Somebody trying to show you something in a magazine, in a book that you know they shouldn't even have at school. They're trying to show you something on the phone and they're not even supposed to have the phone out at this time. Ignore them. First of all, tell them, listen, I'm not interested in what you have to show me right now. I want to focus on my work. They can't get you away from it if you don't want to, I've had students say to me, but miss, he was bothering me. Miss, he was showing me the thing. You don't have to look at it. Miss, he was talking and telling me about what happened to him over the weekend. You don't have to listen to him. Tell him you're not interested. You want to focus on what the teacher is saying. You want to focus on the work that you're doing. It's up to you whether you're going to be distracted or not. Because as the passage says, as humans, we have that amount of ability to block out the things that we want to block out. Even subconsciously, we block out. You're in the room, the fan is making a noise, the refrigerator is making a noise, the air conditioning unit is making a noise. You block those out. So you must train yourself to be able to block out the other things, the other sounds, the people trying to distract you away from your lesson. Even if you're doing something at home, your baby sister is being annoying, making noise, playing and making noise, trying to get your attention, you must be able to stay focused. Big brother blasting his music in his room. You go to him a couple times and say, big bro, can you turn it down? And he's just ignoring you. Well, you ignore him. You can ignore him. You can ask him at first, explain, I'm trying to study, I'm trying to do this. Can you keep it down? If he's going to be insisting that he has to have his music blaring, right? Ignore him. You can tune him out. Your neighbors are making noise, tune them out. The other class beside your classroom, they are kicking off the roof. Ignore them. Even if you're the only one in the space that you are who is interested in focusing, you do that. Block them out. Train your mind to do that. And don't use the excuse to say, oh, everybody around me is just being a nuisance, I can't focus. No. Your ability to focus lies in here, in your own head. Try to develop that mastery over yourself to be able to block out everybody else. Tune out. Tune out. And there are things that you can do to try putting on, you know, if you have to cover your ears with a headphone. Or find some way of blocking out the noise. Physically close the door, close the windows. If you can take yourself and go somewhere else, you know, but if you're in the classroom, or go to the teacher and say, so and so is being annoying, he keeps trying to get me away from the lesson, could you talk to him please? And if they see that you consistently are not going with them, they will leave you alone. They will try and find somebody else who they can lure away. Right? So let it be known in no uncertain terms. No uncertain terms. Don't be half-heartedly entertaining them. Because they're not going to go away if you're half-heartedly entertaining them. Let it be known when it's time for work and you're doing your work, they should not try to interfere with that. Let your friends know that. Everybody should know that they don't interfere with you and your work, right? So we have to try to focus. You might find yourself in a classroom that's rowdy, not conducive at all, maybe not even the teacher. Maybe not even the teacher is interested in teaching. We do have teachers who are not very interested in teaching, and you know, they're just in the profession because it's something to do, and the next best thing comes, they're gone. So they might find themselves with a class full of rowdy students, and they don't see it within their best interest to even try to quiet the class down. I've seen teachers behave like that. And if it happens to be at a particular school where not much is expected of the students anyway, because it's low performing, you know, the kids generally don't do well, some of the teachers don't even try to contain the noise level to get the students to stay on task. So if you have a handful of students in that classroom who really want to learn, it can be a real struggle. But scholars, I'm saying to you, if you find yourself in that classroom, find a way to tune them out and you will focus on what you have to do. It can be done. Others have done it. Others have found themselves in your situation and they found a way. It's in here. It's in your determination to get your education. Block them out and focus. Alright, so if you have not subscribed to the Kemet Maasai Academy channel, please do so now. And share this video, share our motivational videos so that parents, teachers, other students can benefit, can be motivated, you know, can really keep that passion, that flame going for learning. Remember too that we have on our channel mathematics videos from grade 4 to grade 11. Take advantage of those videos. Watch them, all the grade levels from 4 to 11, all the topics. Alright, so go on over to those. When sometimes you watch the motivational ones, sometimes you watch the academic ones. Alright, scholars, I'll see you in the next video.